Good afternoon, Good Shepherd. It's Wednesday, June 16th, and a few notes about what's going on. I'm in a slightly different place because my basement has been taken over by dehumidifying equipment. And you may not notice that with the background, but that means I've got animals that want to be with me. Anyway, it's all fine. First, yet again, 2 Corinthians won the vote, and it came from behind very definitively with the folks at the second service. So we will look at 2 Corinthians 6, 1 through 13 this coming week. But I'm going to have to make some allowances for the fact that a lot of the other readings have to do with water, and we have a baptism at the 10 o'clock service. So 1 Corinthians 6 or 2 Corinthians 6 will be addressed, but probably in the context of some of the other readings as well. Speaking of this coming Sunday, the vestry decided last night that starting this coming Sunday, we will be in the building going forward for the 10 o'clock service, recognizing that it's way too hot and that making decisions at the last minute puts a lot of stress on a lot of folks, the Altar Guild, the people who set up outside and all of that. So we are going to be back in the building. We believe we can do this safely. We are requesting that everyone wear masks inside. There will be some exceptions, but not for the folks in the congregation. And to protect those who are not yet vaccinated. That's why we're doing it, and to make sure that we minimize the risk for everyone. We are going to ask that you use the entire space and social distance. Usually when we're in there, when we've been in there in the last few weeks, people have conglomerated to the middle two sections, leaving the two outer sections vacant. It would be very, very helpful if people remembered that we do need to social distance. And if we find that that becomes a problem voluntarily, we might voluntold you or voluntel you, this is where you'll be seating. So again, family groups of course can sit together, but please social distance among those folks. And that's front to back and side to side. I think we can do that. Also, this coming Sunday, as I just mentioned, at the 10 o'clock service, there will be a baptism, which will be fun. I won't have to do it outside in 40 degrees. It will be inside, and we're looking forward to welcoming Adeline into the family of God. I think it will be a great day. And of course, this week, as we talked about a bit, a new patio has been installed. When I left the office earlier today, probably 2/3 of the concrete had been poured. And I hope maybe we can go out and stand on it a bit on Sunday and have a cup of coffee. Coffee hours will be able to resume outside. So we're not going to bring people into the building quite yet and have folks in the parish hall. So that's what's coming up this coming Sunday. Just so you know, again, be prepared, bring your mask. We have masks, but bring your masks. You will be asked to wear them, and we'll have you sign in. We're not going to take your temperature and all of that anymore, but signing in will just keep us in compliance and will help everyone. Following both services, the Zoom service at 8, we will continue to do the Zoom service at 8 and the in-person service at 10. You're welcome to come to either or both. Following each service, we will continue our congregational conversations about how we want to move out of COVID, thinking specifically towards moving to the fall. Last week, we talked about service worship styles, great set of conversations. This coming week, we'll be talking about sort of schedule. And the 3 questions that we'll be addressing, and they'll come out in the e-news tomorrow, are how does having multiple services on a weekend or during the week affect your ability to build relationships with one another? We know that relationships are central to the why of Good Shepherd. So how does having multiple services contribute to that endeavor to make relationships? And what is it that you like about having multiple service opportunities? We'll talk about that. And then, do you think that they should all be on the same day? Do you think we should have everything on a Sunday? Or should we mix it up a little bit and have them either on Saturday or Wednesday or whatever, have some other opportunities? Folks around, church leaders around the country are recognizing that Sunday morning is no longer the best time to assume that everybody's free. And we want to take that into account. So that's what we will be doing this coming Sunday. Next Sunday, the 27th, a week from Sunday, the conversation will be really on community building. How can we, as we come back out of COVID, how can we rebuild the community that was so strong right before COVID hit? There have been some changes in a variety. How do we rebuild that? What are the mechanisms and tricks and ideas that we might have? We've got some specific questions about that. And then again, on Sunday, July 11th, the conversation will be about Christian education, both for youth and adults, times, all that kind of stuff. So look forward to having you involved in those conversations. As always, we're trying to figure out how to keep the folks who have been joining us by Zoom, how to keep them engaged and make sure that everyone who attends Good Shepherd, whether it's via Zoom or in person, all feels a part of one congregation. Somebody the other day referred to this mix of online and in person as phygital, physical and digital. So phygital, how are we going to be a phygital Good Shepherd? And I like that phrase. It rolls off the tongue pretty easily. And then the last thing today is just a reminder that Compline will be held this evening at 8:45 on Zoom. That's been a wonderful addition to our service schedule and arose out of the realities of COVID. And by all in reports, it's one of those things that those folks who are passionate about it want to make sure that it continues. So if you haven't gone to Compline, make tonight your first night. As always, if you have any concerns, any questions, please let me know, and I'll be happy to address them in one way or another. I look forward to seeing you soon. Thanks.